Welcome back to Coxie Tutorials and Gameplay. This is going to be part 21 of our Unity 5 first person shooter tutorial series, and we're going to carry on from where we left off in tutorial 20, where we actually set up our gun array, which currently has our minigun and our shotgun, and we can pick up these guns off the ground, and we can also display on the screen the different ammo type for each one when we're holding it. And we also set up the prefab shooting script for the shotgun, and we've actually got the prefab bullet coming out of the crosshair position rather than the barrel of the actual shotgun, which is our bullet spawn right here, which has the script for our shotgun attached to it. We also set up the sound so that when we shoot, it makes plays the shotgun spaz sound, and it also only fires every second. So we can hold the trigger down and it will only fire one shot every second and play the shot sound every 1 second as well. So today what we're going to do is we will animate this shotgun, and these guns actually come with an animation, which I only just found out a few minutes ago, and I was actually going to just make some very basic idle and shooting animation, but it already has kind of a shoot reload animation, which is in the free guns here in the models. You'll see this animation here. So if you click on the animation and open this up, you can actually see the animation in here, and there you go. Its idle animation is nothing. It doesn't actually do anything for the idle animation. It's just like a dummy kind of animation, and you can see that if you open up its animator controller, and it only has one parameter, which is reload, and that is a trigger. So I haven't actually used a trigger before in here, but I'd say it's basically the same as using a boolean. So we will sort that out. So you see here from our entry we have the idle animation, which is actually no animation at all, and from any state we can play the reload animation. Alright, so that's already set up for us, so that's pretty nice. And if we click on the bullet spawn where we have our script, click on the actual shotgun, you'll see the animator is attached to this shotgun, and it's already put in its avatar, and the animator controller is already in its controller slot, and all the only other thing it has is our crosshair script. So what we're going to do is make another script for this, and go into my scripts and right click, make a JavaScript, and we'll call it shotgun anim for animation, and we'll actually be putting our Muzzleflash in here too, which is kind of an animation, not really, but it'll be fine. So we will get the shotgun animation script and put that on our shotgun that we are holding, and double click here to open it up. Get rid of this. So what we're going to do first is a private variable that is just going to refer to the actual animator itself. So private var anim. This is a very standard way of writing this. So when our variable is anim, and it is of type animator, and then we're going to do another private variable can animate. So this is basically the same as our shotgun shooting script, where we had the can shoot boolean that we use to delay the shots fired from our gun. As you can see, we set it there false, and then we waited 1 second before we could set can shoot to true again. Okay, so back into there, and this one is just can animate, and it's of type boolean. and then we will do the muzzle flash. I'm just going to comment this. I usually comment when I write scripts for things I'm working on myself. I have lots of comments, so if you ever want to put a comment, I've showed you before, just the two forward slashes, and then you can write without it affecting your code at all. So for the muzzle flash, we're going to have the variable which is the actual muzzle flash, and this is game object, and then we just need the muzzle flash spawn, and that is a transform. We could have done this for the shotgun script instead of actually putting it on the spawn point, but we didn't. We just had it on the actual bullet spawn point anyway, which doesn't matter, and it's going to work fine because we actually have this script on the shotgun, which is, it's going to need to be on the shotgun to animate the shotgun. Okay, so we've got our muzzle flash variables done as well, and then we'll do function start, and we're just going to say anim equals get component animator, and then going to put these and a semicolon, and I have spelt that wrong. Anim equals get component animator, and then we'll do our function update, and we're going to do our input statement. So when we push the left mouse button down, just the same as when we shoot. So if input dot get button fire one, make sure you put them in quotation marks, not like what I did last time. We also need a couple of and statements after this. So if we push the left mouse button and the static variables, which is of course our static variables script, and we want to access the shotgun ammo, which is in our static variables script. So static variables dot shotgun ammo is greater than 0, and can animate. Okay, that'll do for that. So if these conditions are met, then we want to do this. Sorry guys, I got called away for a few hours. I'm back now, and as soon as I opened back up this script that we're working on, I realized that I had mistakes, of course. I'd spelt private there incorrectly, and also we need to make this boolean set to true, or else it's not going to call anything in our if input statement. And what else? Get component. I had get component. Okay, so that's all fixed now. Just save that. We were up to here in our code, and we're about to write a function to put inside this input statement. So the function we're going to write is called function animation timer, and what this function is going to do is basically the same thing in our shotgun prefab shooting script, and it's going to make sure that the animation is only played once every second, at the same time that the gun shoots the prefab bullet and the gun plays the shoot sound, and also it's going to be the same as when it instantiates our muzzle flash. So they're all going to play every second together. Okay, so in this animation timer function, we're just going to set the can animate boolean to false to start with, and then we are going to wait for our 1 second, and that's going to be 1 second, and then underneath that we are going to return the boolean back to true again. Okay, so that's that function done. We need to call this function now. Make sure we put a semicolon on the end. So we're going to call our animation timer function when all these conditions are met, and then we are also going to instantiate our muzzle flash, and muzzle flash, and we're instantiating it at the muzzle flash spawn, position and rotation. So position, and then muzzle flash spawn, rotation, like that. We actually haven't made our muzzle flash spawn point yet, so we'll make that. We just have to call our animation now, which in Unity was reload, and it was a trigger. So anim dot set trigger, and it was reload, and that should all be good. So we'll go back into Unity. I'll double click on this shotgun, and we will make an empty game object. Let's put it back to the arrows because I like that better. And this empty game object is going to be our say shotgun muzzle flash spawn. Okay, so we need to move this to a good position. That's pretty much spot on. Yeah, that'll do nicely. So now back on our shotgun, we need to actually put these in. So the spawn point and also the game object, which will be the actual muzzle flash. So we need to make another muzzle flash. We want to make it a bit different. So if you come down here to our muzzle flash for our minigun and just Control D, so we make another copy of that and change this to SG for shotgun, M flash. Be fine. And I'm just going to see if I can drag it into our screen so we can have a look at it. And I'll delete this one here. So this is the old muzzle flash, and what I'm going to do is in the particle renderer in materials, I'm going to turn the materials to 0 so it doesn't have a material anymore, and then we are going to create a new material and call it SG Mflash, and it's going to be a particle additive, and I've gone ahead and got another texture already, but I just got it off this site here earlier today, and I just chose this one here. Choose one with a black background, and then go back to Unity, and I put it in textures. I'll just lock this. It should be in here. Okay, so now I've got my new material. Remember to unlock the inspector, and we'll put this material in our new Muzzleflash. We'll change our ellipsoid because we had that so that the other one moved around a little bit. We don't really want this one to move around, and we also probably just change this a little bit more like fire. I won't spend long on these. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that, not play around with it anymore, and also just change the size to like between 10 and 20, and we will drag this new Muzzleflash back into our prefabs and then get rid of it out of our game. And now when we click on our shotgun, we can drag our new Muzzleflash into the shotgun. So now I think we should be right. We'll just have a look. Just turn the sound down. So we pick up our shotgun, we've got 15 ammo. So hold the trigger, it shoots the bullet and plays the animation, and also instantiates the Muzzleflash every second. Just like that. So that's all working, and now we just quickly want to change this shotgun bullet, make that smaller, come over here to the inspector and apply this, and because this is already the prefab from here, when we press apply, it'll automatically apply the new settings to this prefab in here. So that can be deleted, and we'll also change the speed of our bullet, and the shooting script was on our bullet spawn, remember, so we can change that to something like 40, and then we'll go have a look again. So I'll pick up the minigun first, and then we'll pick up the shotgun. So that is working absolutely fine. I just quickly want to make sure that these disappear now. So in our weapon pickup script, underneath the on trigger enter, tag minigun, the last line, we will destroy the collider game object, and then we'll copy that and also paste it here. save that, go back into Unity, and we'll wait for it to load them scripts. Back in the game. So if I pick up the minigun, it should disappear now. Yeah, so it's disappeared off the ground. This still works. Okay, so they're dead. And then if I pick up this, we have the shotgun, and the shotgun's disappeared off the ground. Shotgun will shoot every second, and obviously the shotgun can't damage the enemy. Still got to set that up, but we'll do that next time because this tutorial's gone long enough. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Alright, see you later. Cheers.